It's crazy how you can not know somebody, but when they pass away, it affects you or affect the way you look at things. Wayne, let's get it.
Damn, I miss Nipsey, Mac Miller, and Kobe. Shit just ain't the same, and it's wrecking my brain. Fuck the fame, man, it's not why I came. My aim is much higher, you wouldn't understand. You busy with these hoes and chrome tires. Peasant shit, nothing I desire. Maybe before when I was immature, but I'm destined for more. The essence of a hero, but a Gemini and the other face is Kratos. Get the fuck about my way, bro. Give a fuck about how'd your day go. If it don't pay dough, I'm trying to feed the fam. I told them I had a plan, and I can't fall short. I gotta take off like I'm Luka Doncic, you know. 207 mil on the deal, yeah, cause shit is real out here. Government stripping rights, I fear. So I'm gripping the mic, give them a load of my freedom of speech. I know that you feeling the heat and it's all me, sheesh.
I've been out here all on my own, trying to get in my zone just to put the city on now. It's mine now. I've been out here all on my own, trying to get in my zone just to put the city on now. It's mine now. Bag it and tag it as a classic. These niggas is average. They thought I couldn't miss before. Watch me skyrocket my average. I mastered my talents by watching the masses, crafting my own elements. Now look at this guy, or a supernova explosive, popping the top off of rappers with a pen dog. I John Wick y'all, cause you're nothing but a lap dog in the backyard, acting like you trap hard for the gram to get a grand. This is sad. Find your identity, cause that's a fatality. Just saying, quit the capping. I know that I'm snapping. They snapping pics, I just live in the moment. Better yet, on my Jill Scott, living life like it's golden. What I got is potent, putting rappers on notice. I'm just saying, quit the capping. I know that I'm snapping. They snapping pics, I just live in the moment. Better yet, on my Jill Scott, living life like it's golden. What's up? I've been out here all on my own, trying to get in my zone just to put the city on now. It's mine now. I've been out here all on my own, trying to get in my zone just to put the city on now. It's mine now. All those solo nights, night was created, infatuated with the art of the rhyme. Telling stories with metaphors really kept me alive. What a beautiful high. You can call me optimist, just don't call it.
Well, hello everybody. You know, it's one of those opportunities where you get some free time and you get some time to talk about the Dallas Mavericks and the Western Conference Finals. And when you get that time, you take full advantage and you get on here and you talk about those damn Mavericks, man. Got a special guest today. We're gonna be talking to STIX. Y'all know who STIX is. He's about to be on the show here in a second, but if you didn't know, this is your boy TGK here on TGK TV, and what I do is I run several shows now about the Dallas Mavericks. It's crazy how many shows we do, but I am the official Dallas Mavericks pregame show. Today we're going to do something different. I don't know if y'all remember the last time I did a Fallout episode. It was when we lost Game 4 to the OKC Thunder, and I felt, you know, when it calls time for it, right? Let's do a Fallout episode the day after, talking about the game, but also reacting to all of the national media pundits just to see if they are switching their tune, see if they're speaking about the Mavericks in the correct way, and just exposing the lack of awareness when it comes to some of these media pundits. You already know how it goes, man. But let me get the guest up in here, man. Y'all went crazy last time he was here. I enjoyed the show. I could tell by the numbers. So we're going to bring him back, man, because without him, this show don't work, right? So or how he would say. Let me see. He would say this.
Whatever, I'll do what I want.
Anyway, man, let's welcome in Sticks to the building.
I didn't do fucking shit. I didn't rig shit.
What up?
What's
there
up?
You go. What's up, Sticks? How you doing, brother?
Good.
You ready to talk some Dallas Mavericks and Timberwolves, man?
Oh, always.
Yeah, man. We let's get the what Jared
My
said.
dog decided he wanted to join in too. It's like I'm coming through the door. I don't care every time you told me no.
Yeah, you gotta love the dogs, man. Caught the beginning of the stream. That's what's up. TGK, what it do? What's up, Jared? What's up, man? Shepherd Sound said, "What's good, TGK and Sticks? What's good? Master Fame says, "Can I come up?" We want a third entry. You want to bring up Sticks, Master Fame? Let me see.
You mean you want to bring up Master Fame Sticks? Man, you already messed it up naming orders again. Yes, you can bring up Master Fame. I don't care.
Oh my God, bro! Why is it? Why is this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Can't keep anything straight.
Just like the conversation we had before, I guess I'm having memory of names difficulty.
Clearly, having some issues there.
Yeah, I'm dead. Sticks. I mean, Master Fame. I am going to send you the link, dogs. Jesus, man. No,
turn the Stars game off. I'm gonna keep looking to my left.
I know that's why I'm not planning on being up here too long. Definitely want to at least watch the third period. You know, that's the money period. Where the hell is Master Fame? I know he'd be
there goes Joe already.
There we go. What Joe talking about now?
Oh, he talking crap already.
What Joe talking about, man? TGK, I don't know why
does.
this Bolios. I got it. Opinions are getting airtime. Dang, Joe don't rock with you, Sticks.
Joe tries to play hard. He tries to act all tough. Then he gets all friendly on Discord. You know how it is.
Dang, Joe. Divs in the building. Divs team, the Oilers, is going against our Stars. Sticks. Can you believe that?
I mean, the Oilers are going to lose, so that's not really a challenge.
I'm too shy to go on with you two guys. Come off professional. Hey, we try, man. We try. If it wasn't for an 18-hour shift, I'd try to hop on in my home studio setup, but I got money to make tonight. What up, Sticks? Look at that.
What's up, Jared?
Up here. Yeah, Jared. Whenever, bro, we can figure that out and get you up here one of these times, man.
That's it. I gotta turn it off. I'm gonna be constantly looking at that screen.
And we got Lockbox in the building. What's up, Lockbox? Salute to you, my guy. Salute to you. Nancy says, "Hey guys, how are you doing tonight?" I'm doing good. Sticks, you mind telling her how you doing?
I'm doing good. What's up, Nancy? What's up, Lockbox? As he does. Salute.
All right, Master Fame. I'm about to bring Master Fame up. What's up, man? Let me see. Does this work better?
What's good, guys?
Not much, man. Not much. I'm trying to see.
Sticks, how are you, bro?
Good, Master Fame. How are you?
I love that reaction, bro. That was exactly what I wanted, though.
I was thinking, I knew last time you were like, I feel like I'm in church right now. And then the first part, I was like, this is mild. And then the last part, I'm like, oh, there it is. There's the reaction.
No, right before he said it, you were just like, yeah, this is lame. This is mild. I don't know what he wants. And then he says, he says, gentleman sweep, Mavs at 5. And you and Rel just lost it. I loved it.
Yeah. My jaw dropped. I was like, ain't no way. Yeah. You know what's funny? Master Fame, I don't know if you checked their YouTube today. They didn't have a post game live last night.
Well, why not?
No, yeah, I looked. I looked for
I looked too. I was looking for them. I was like, where they at?
And I just got some women running with the Wolves songs and stuff like that. And I was like, did they delete their channel? Like, what happened?
Yeah, it was crazy. So, all right, man, let's get into last night's game. Let me hit y'all with a couple of questions or just get y'all's overall take from last night over the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm about to say the Oklahoma City Timberwolves. The Dallas Mavericks ended up winning 108-105. There's so many narratives going on, so many takes, so many perspectives of the game. But we'll start with you, Master Fame. Give me your 2 cents of what you thought it was last night.
Well, it's really good to get a game one win. I really did not know how to feel today after this game one win. Um, it's wild. But overall, man, I just remember in that first half, every time they hit a three, it's like a stab in the heart. But you keep looking back at the scoreboard and you're just like, we're only down 3, 5, 7 points. We should be down by 15, 20 points right now, but we're not. How is this? What is going on? Why am I not getting so irritated with these Jaden McDaniel threes, which they were irritating, but not to the point to where it's like a knife in the soul. And it just I'm like, man, we're connected this game still. And it stayed connected the whole game. And I'm just like, man, you get into these clutch situations. Who are you taking? You taking Luka and Kyrie, man. And so throughout the whole game, it was a good game, but we did not play great. And I've you know me in these podcasts, I go to every single podcast to search for these people talking nonsense. And everybody was just talking about how Kyrie should not have been called out by Ant. Everybody was just saying, hey, young dog, this is what you asked for, bro. This is what you asked for, and you got what was coming to you. We all warned you. You know, you bring them up by name, that's different. When you say, I got to guard these guys on the Mavs or whatever, that's one thing. But when you pull a guy's name out and you spit it out at a post game, you just got done in game 7 with the Nuggets. You just got done. And you pulling Kyrie's name out, this is what you get, and this is what you get. This is the Western Conference Finals. This ain't no game 2 of the regular season. And you come out like this and dude, having him walk up and down the court in the fourth quarter and just dismiss any type of offense, only took threes. He took two shots inside the paint and got blocked both times. One of them by Kyrie. You know? And so, like, you come at this team, and Derek Lively, still the best center on the floor. And I'm going to keep saying that until he proves me wrong. And the energy and the defense and the locked in, the focus of all these guys, it was great. Now, if this 3 points start falling, it's over. It's over. I'm ready to say Mavs in 5. I'm switching to Mavs in 5.
Dang.
No. You can't switch your original predictions.
Yeah,
Don't work like that.
Yeah, don't switch it. Don't switch it, Massive fan. Just be surprised if they do
right,
win this
all
in
right.
5.
Yeah,
Sticks, what about you, man? What were your takeaways from that game yesterday, man?
I mean, pretty much what we discussed before. I mean, it was exactly what I said would happen. You know, here's the thing. They played one-on-one. I told you they would go ego. They would say, oh, we can stop Denver. We can stop. Dude, it's Luka and Kyrie. Are you stupid? Like, do you think Joker and Jamal Murray are at the level, you know, to cover like Luka and Kyrie? No, they're not. But they tried it. You got Ant doing what he did, which, I mean, come on, young one. You just found out what happens when you call out the big dogs and the vets. You might not want to call out possibly one of the best players ever, especially ball handlers. It's not a good idea. You know, that's what happens when you're young. You're cocky. You're arrogant. You make those mistakes. And at the end of the day, we played defense. We did what we were going to do. We didn't have to double team their guys. We did a couple times. We realized there's no need to do it. You know, even with Jason Kidd doing some of the dumbest damn lineups we've seen in a while. Like, bro, this is game 1 in the Western Conference Finals. What is going on with this, right? Like, do we really have Exum, Hardy? What was that lineup again? Luka and who's that? Green? I don't know. I can't even. I tried to block it out of my memory. It was so bad. But you know, he does that kind of stuff. We still aren't losing. It's kind of like what Fame said. We were getting beat with all those threes, and yet they never could pull away. We kept getting the rebounds. We kept doing what we needed to do. We kept limiting their 2 points. I mean, you got Ant with one layup, or I'm sorry, one mid-range shot the whole game. He didn't get a dunk or a layup. He tried to go ego. He realized that, oh wait, the Mavericks have a center. Oh, this isn't Joker. He's not just going to put his arms down and just let me walk by. And he didn't know what to do with himself. And then between trying to run those moves and then trying to, ego defend our two guys, which he didn't do very good, it didn't work. And by the end of it, I mean, what is it? I was told Luka was fat and out of shape. Sure seems like Luka was doing quite all right in the fourth quarter. But Ant, and I do believe Ant took a pretty long break in that third quarter, or if it wasn't early the first quarter, where I was like, why isn't Ant in the game? So he had to take a huge break before the end of the fourth, and he was still gassed to the point that everybody noticed it. And it's going, you guys, all these people that talk crap, never watched the Mavericks, never did anything. Well, a lot of us were actually watching our competition, paying attention to the way they were playing. And look, at the end of the day, if we don't shoot 24% three, we blow them out of the water. And if they don't get Jaden McDaniels going 6 for 9 on three-pointers, partly because Luka was playing way too soft early on with him, and then Kyle Anderson dropping like 7 in a row and then end up with 11 points in like 3 minutes span. The dude hadn't scored more than like 4 points in 10 games. Like you sold your souls for game one and you still lost. And that score at the end of the game is not as close as it looked. Like if Kai makes that layup that he normally makes, that little floater right by the rim, he makes that. It's a 6-point game. If they don't make the shot, we get free throws. We're up 8-10 to win that game. Mm-hmm. Josh Green makes a stupid 3-point shot, right? A foul. So at the end of the day, we took a beating to start the game, and look where we ended up.
Hey, Stix.
Not scared.
Stix. Whose shot is uglier, Kyle Anderson or Sean Marion?
Kyle Anderson, that's not even debatable. Sean Marion does that shot that when you were a kid you tried to do when you didn't know as much, and then everybody was like, "What are you doing?" He somehow managed to keep that his entire time. Kyle Anderson shot. Did y'all see that one person said Kyle Anderson shot looks like he's got to go through two-factor verification?
Two-factor verification. Yeah, it's a wild shot, man. It does annoy the hell out of me. I'm like, what is this? How'd you make the NBA with that? Like, it does blow my mind. But for me, my takeaways honestly was let me speak on the whole Anthony Edwards part of it. And I know he's getting a lot of flack for mentioning Kyrie's name. And, when you listen to it, it's more like, that's my assignment. I got to see what I could do against him. I understand, like, that's your challenge or whatever the case may be. I don't think he was, like, calling him out. But, man, did the media, like, run with that. Like, oh, that's a call out. But I think it's just wise not to say the name moving forward, right? Like, just don't say who's your matchup is. Just say you're looking forward to the opponent, right? Because Kyrie was obviously motivated by it. So I don't really want to kill Anthony Edwards for it, but I can see why. Right now we're at war. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we got to take anything to motivate us. But so I was running around, bro. I had ran to Hooters while I was watching the game. I watched the game till halftime, and then I ran back home so I could be in bed in time to watch the rest of the game. And
you didn't take a shower.
No, I broke my streak. But watching the game, like, without looking at a box score, without looking at, percentages, without looking at rebounds, like I normally able to. Like when I'm on here and listening on playback, I have the box score on one end, watching the game on the other, right? I'm able to kind of be able to see trends. And just watching the game live without the trends and without the stats, one thing I noticed is just like we're literally adapting to the game and just staying within range, within shooting range. And I think that's just who the Mavericks are. They're playing their game. They were just missing their shots, so they just doubled down on attacking the paint, and it worked. It worked. And, like, you stay close enough. I think most of us have said this a lot, but we are the best clutch team in the NBA. And if you could just stay close enough, those last 5 minutes when the Mavericks slow the game down and Luka's choking the ball or Kyrie's choking the ball, pause for y'all with a dirty mind, when they're just holding on to the rock, right, letting the clock come down, all those seconds are precious. But when you got two guys that are shot makers like that, and the way you saw the Minnesota Timberwolves, they're already gassed. But I'm just saying, like when you could just, yes, they're hot from three, they're going on a barrage, but you just got to stay close till that fourth quarter when the pressure mounts up. And a young player like Anthony Edwards is going to have to adjust to that. Yes, he had a great Game 7 against the Nuggets, but this is a different team. And I was just impressed with the way the Mavericks won this game because a lot of the times, we've been saying this a lot, though, they've been winning games different ways every single time. And this one was one of those clear examples that they won a game in a completely different way, but the way they ended it was the Maverick way. You get what I'm saying? Like, they stayed in the game in a completely different fashion, missing shots, losing the three-point barrage, but to close the game, bro. I felt it was impressive, but a big key in that game was Kyrie keeping us in that game early on. You definitely can't undersell that, but the way Luka closed it, I'm starting to think Luka's getting closer to that 85, 86 percentage health-wise, but I was very impressed. But now I want to look at the box score for the first time. I have not looked at the box score at all.
Wait, I got to do my job so Joe doesn't get pissed off anymore in the comments.
Okay.
You don't want to get the old man cranky. We need to get the likes up, people. We only have 17. Unacceptable. Putting in all this work. Look at TGK. He's sweating on you. I mean, the guy is he's dying in that little room. It's hot. His dog needs food, and he can't get it if you don't get some of them donations and them likes. Help get the donations. Okay? There we go. Get the likes up. These are rookie numbers. Unacceptable.
Of an angel.
There you go.
One like.
Is that better, Joe?
So if we tip money, do we get to adopt a dog for a day or what?
No. If you
that's not how that works.
If you hit the like, you're able to help the TGK TV channel stay alive. I'm trying to find your stuff, Ben. Where's Mr. Ben? There he goes. Mr. Ben wants to join us. I'm like, all right, let's go ahead. Let's see what around the world, over there on the other side of the pond, as they say. Mm-hmm. That millennial, man. I remember that song. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when it came out. Maybe during your time, but I don't know.
Whatever. I'll do what I want.
That was definitely.
Why the fuck you lying?
Yeah, I got a lot of new sound bites, by the way.
Hey, you better cut those radio drops out, or you're gonna get yelled at again by.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I'm in danger.
All right, let me pull up this box score here. Ben, if you're listening, I sent you the link to your Twitter, man. So here we go. The Mavericks had 87 shot attempts, and the Timberwolves had 89. Okay. I always look at that. Like, how many shot attempts did we have in comparison to them? We stay close. Our shooting percentage from the field was 49.4%. Theirs was 42. They shot 49 threes. I've heard this. I did hear this. I know of the 49 threes. But seeing it is kind of crazy. 36% from three. We were 24% from three. 6 for 25. They shot 12. They made 12 more threes than us. That's insane. But shot 24 more shots.
I don't know how we won this game. 18 threes and we shoot 6. Like
that is. Yeah, but look at this though, Master Fame. Look at this. You see this free throw percentage?
94.1%.
94.1%.
Is the one he missed? That was the one Luka missed, and they cheered him, and he thrived off it. He was just like, "Come on, keep doing it!" Like, shut up, dumbasses! Like, he wants this.
Hey guys, I got something I was going to say about this box score actually as well, right?
Go ahead.
I'm going to break it down. I'm breaking it down, all right?
And just start talking.
I was going to start talking. I'm doing it. It's just happened.
What is this?
So all right. I'm calling out some media members, all right? Because they were trying their best to kind of give us compliments, but in this really kind of background way. They're kind of saying, well, I've seen a lot of people say, well, like Cat didn't shoot very well and Ant didn't shoot very well, and that's not going to happen again. Yeah, and that's the only reason that the Minnesota Timberwolves lost. Yeah, because these guys couldn't shoot well. And I'm saying, wait, hold on a sec. So when you know what OKC said? When like all these other guys like J-Dub and all these other guys didn't shoot well, they're like, well, that's not going to happen again, guys. Obviously, you guys got lucky. You guys got lucky. And you know what they said when all these other guys, for the Clippers didn't shoot well? Well, that's not going to happen again, guys. You got lucky. I was like, at what point? At what point are you going to turn around and say, you know what?
Are you saying there's a trend with the excuses?
I'm starting to notice a pattern. I'm starting to notice a pattern here, and I'm no scientist, all right, but I've done the data, I've done the meta-analysis, and have come back that this is pure cap. This is pure cap by them. They won't want to give any
What was
credit.
that analysis again? What was that analysis?
I've done the longitudinal studies. You know,
No. What was that word again? No, what was that word again? What was the analysis? The what?
I've done the meta-analysis. That's what I've done.
I think it's meta. Okay, I'm sorry. I just
yes, yeah.
I
Sorry,
fix that British accent for you.
Sorry, Mr. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we've done the research and development, and it turns out that basically whenever these guys don't shoot well, it must be because they're just having a bad game and we got lucky. And if they do, you know, and when we shoot well, it must be because we're just lucky. It's like, man, you know, what about all the other things? It's like you're making all these excuses. I've heard Ant was tired. I'm like, he's 22 years old. We're tired. I'm tired just watching it. Like, what are they on about? Like, talk about tired, man. Like, this is every time that we do something. Every time we do something, right? We do it well. We don't get any credit, and it's because the other team sold. And all of these guys were talking about, well, why did the Minnesota Timberwolves lose rather than what Mavericks did well? And I'm just, you know what? We'll see what happens. But I'm noticing a pattern here. And really, the only thing that's going to shut them up is if we win the whole thing. I mean, that's the only thing that's going to shut them up.
Anger out a little more, Ben. Just let it out.
Woo! Anyway, I'm done.
Let's let it scream real loud.
I'm glad you got that out, man. I'm glad I was able to be a part of that, to be the platform you can let that out. Because I agree. I think a lot of it is backhanded compliments. They're like, oh, you know, this, you know, that. Well, they could shoot better. What adjustments they're gonna make? But they act as if the Mavericks aren't thinking the same thing. They act as if the Mavericks are not going to make adjustments. They act as if the Mavericks are going to continue to shoot 24% from three. It's just it's mind-boggling that they won a game that most would say they shouldn't have won, but they literally earned that game. They won that game through sheer defense, sheer determination and grit. You know, let me give you some cool ESPN words, right? But in reality of it all, they're playing like a team, man, and they're giving up their bodies on the line, right? And the way they play defense, honestly, let me say this. I think this hot take here. I think the Minnesota Timberwolves are an easier opponent than the Thunder.
I agree.
That's how I feel.
I agree.
That's how I feel. I feel like for the first time in two series, Luka Doncic didn't have to struggle on offense like he has.
Oh, hold on. You can't say that because now all the Oklahoma City fans are going to say, I thought Dort wasn't a good defender.
Nah, well, okay. Well, you're playing devil's advocate. Let me respond to you like you're an OKC fan. Well, when you're allowed to like clothesline, choke slam, John Cena attitude adjustment, and RKO Luka up and down the court, then
chamber.
Yeah, the Dortcher chamber. You know, trying to put us in a sleeper hold, but no, I mean, that is credit to Dortcher chamber though. The fact that he got to get away with that amount of physicality. I think Luka was like, when they first tipped off the game. It's not like he looked aggressive enough. He was kind of even slower than he normally is. And then once he kind of figured out, oh, this guy, I forgot, Mr. Daniels weighs like sticks. He weighs like sticks. Like it's not much. You know what I'm saying? So
whoa, bro.
I could bully this man.
Whoa.
What?
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Whoa.
Shots fired.
Damn. Special guest and all. Look at the damn.
Look, man, it's the name sticks.
I mean, it's valid.
Look,
I think I might weigh more than McDaniels, though. He kind of seen it.
It's special guest, heavy on the special.
Oh, Master Fame.
I approved him coming on. I think you need to get him off now. Get him out of here.
Oh, man. Hey, man, Mr. Gucci in the building said, what's good, fam? What's up, man? What's up? Jenny Gibbs said, Dort was just physical like a football player. McDaniels isn't as strong, so his length won't affect Luka. Yeah, and I shared a video today from an excerpt from the pregame show where Austin Reeves was talking about length does affect Luka. Clearly it did.
Is it Austin Rivers?
Yeah, Austin Rivers.
Yeah, you do what I did last night when I called him Austin Reeves too. I was like, damn it.
Bro, what is up with my names, man? I cannot keep up with names. See, I keep up with Joe's name because that's not difficult to remember. Gina Kim's. Yeah.
Hey, that's that age catching up with us because I'm bad with names too. You tell me your name right off the bat, I forget it.
And that's why I put 3 letters in mine, so it's easy to remember.
Who was the one that was in the special classes?
Oh, I was in that short bus. Don't get me wrong. That's how I know. We brothers, we stick together for life, man.
Yeah. You keep that to yourself there.
All right.
Oh, man.
Let's look at the rest of the rest of the stats here. So we were 16 for 17 from the free throw line. Who would have thought we would have shot 94% from a free throw line? That was amazing. Rebounds, we beat them on the rebounds. That's crazy. We beat them by 8. I heard a lot about these bigs, right? I think there's a notion or a misconception that the Wolves are just this massive team that they have so many centers. When Karl Anthony Towns is playing the power forward, right? Is he technically a center? I don't think so. And then Naz Reid, yeah, he plays like a power forward / center, but he's not really a center. Rudy Gobert is really their only center. And if you keep him out the paint or attack the paint and he has to collapse, it nullifies him. It makes his impact even less because he can't protect the rim. And he can't get rebounds like that. And I'm just like, I don't know. Everything that we talked about in the preview.
Something about Naz Reid as well, right? The way some of the guys in chat and like playback were talking about Naz Reid, you'd think he's Kobe beating Bryant or something, man. Like he's a role player, okay? He's 6th man of the year. He's a great player. Like I'd love him on our team, and he's probably and he's deservedly 6th man of the year. And like he does kill us, but it's like the way we're talking about it. Oh my god, like Naz Reid might score some points against us. It's like right, he might put up 18 or 21 game, but like come on, you know, like
yeah, I'd have to look at that stat. It was the 3rd quarter when. I think it was the 3rd quarter when Nas finally got some points. He hadn't really done much. I'm trying to pull it up on the app real quick so I can see. And they just started glazing him. Like it was just like, oh my God, Nas Reid, can you see this guy? Do you see what he's doing to the Mavericks right now? It's like, he's made 5 points. What?
It's like, whoa, Nas Reid scored a point.
What?
Do you guys know that they're getting like tattoos, like Nas Reid tattoos in Minnesota?
No.
Yeah, like I was listening to one of their podcasts, and they were talking about how one of the tattoo parlors there were giving out Nas Reid tattoos for $20, and people were just like going in and getting those. Like they were out, you know, like they were gonna run out of them.
Man, the mayor of Minneapolis put out like an official like decree or whatever they call it, and he just randomly says at one part Nas Reid, and it's just like, dude, like. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a
Nas
saying
scored
over there.
4 points in that quarter. 4.
I mean,
and they were like, "Oh man, he's bringing to the Mavericks."
Wait, real question to all of you though: who would you rather have your 3rd center? Seriously, right? Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Nas Reid, or would you rather have Dwight Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? All right, and I know who I'm picking. All right, I mean he's the real community man of the year. I don't want to hear any of this Nas Reid stuff. Yeah, he's my guy. All right, I got his jersey.
Well, all jokes aside, I do think Naz Reid with Luka would look amazing, right? Like he would have probably 18 to 20 points a game. But I wanted to point this out here. So Gafford, he was a minus 15, but he had 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block. Lively, he was a plus 19, 9 points, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks. So in your center position, you had 19 points, 20 rebounds, and 3 blocks. With a plus 4, right, in total.
Not too shabby.
And I know,
I said not too shabby.
Yeah, and I know I think I went a little bit back and forth with a Twitter user. I forgot his name, Kyrie Jericho or something like that. He's the Mavs Chronicle YouTube channel, and he was pointing out the trend of Gafford's plus minus and Lively's plus minus. And I had to point out to him, I was like, hey, you know, Lively can't play 48 minutes, and you don't want to play Dwight Powell. And the only reason I think Gafford plus minus, you know, plus minus is a wonky stat at times. At times, you could kind of rely on it, and you kind of can. I prefer 100 possessions. You know, not the kitchen sink, but 100 possessions. I prefer that. Like the offensive rating and defensive rating, those are better. But the plus minus, I think I think last night was explainable, and here's why. Damn, I sound like Stephen A. Smith. What the hell am I doing? All right, so I think last night was explainable because when Gafford was in there, we weren't making our threes in response to the threes that we were getting hit with. So we got down early, and then we took them out, and then we brought in Lively, and then we were able to stay afloat. They started missing shots, and it looked that way like where Lively's impact was just that much greater. But where it did look where it was much greater was in crunch time where Kid kind of kept Gafford in there a little too long. So the only rebuttal I would have to like people, trashing Gafford for his plus minus is like you just got to watch the game a little bit and you'll be able to see. But especially in that fourth quarter, that is where he was playing kind of poorly, and that's where we had to put in Lively. But I still think you got to play them 20 and 28 minutes, preferably Lively with 28 minutes, but if need be, 22, 25, something like that. But I don't know. Well, what do y'all think about the whole plus minus and people kind of, how would I say, being nitpicky about Gafford's plus minus?
Personally, I think Gafford's kind of deserved the criticism. I think Gafford's just playing. The big lights have gotten to him, and I think he's spending too much time. He's overly aggressive in a weird way, and then he's like overshooting. So, like when you watch most of his shots, they're hitting the back, right? Like they're hitting the back of the rim. So even when he's doing those little soft touches, he's just like comes up. I can't do it because the camera goes off, but he comes out and he like throws it straight at it, right? He doesn't like put any touch. It's not like it goes up where he can soft bounce and pop in like Kai or Luka, and even Lively's getting a little bit of it. But you just see him just like it's just he's just overly aggressive at times when he needs to chill out, and because of it, I mean, I think the plus minus is accurate. He is definitely getting like they're going on runs when he's in, and he's not really. I mean, you see what Lively. There's no doubt when Lively's in there, you're like, holy crap, those dudes ain't getting to that rim, right? You don't feel that way with Gafford.
Yeah, that's a great point.
And he's just getting beat, and it sucks. And if he could be making those shots, it would be as less of a deal because he'd be countering it with some offense. But he's missing way too many easy buckets. Way too many.
Yeah, I think just to expand on that point as well, I think it's twofold as to why the plus minus is so skew with. I think one is because Lively is truly a phenomenal defender. I think a perimeter defender because he can like not just as an interior presence but as a perimeter situation, he can guard almost 1-5. He's so quick and he's so lengthy. That he can he makes it really difficult. I mean, you can just see when players like they run into him and they're like, oh no, and they suddenly turn around and they're like, I'm trying to pass the ball away, or if they do shoot, it's always he always gets well. So it's partly that, but it's also partly because I think with Gafford, and I said this on the playback as well. I said he just needs to play like regular season Gafford. I mean, I don't like this is my issue with him. It's like because the thing is, what I saw in the regular season was Gafford was our best offensive center currently. He's better kind of like sort of you can lob it to him. He's got better hands for catching the ball and dunking it, and he's generally probably got a slightly better offensive game than Lively has at this current stage. But like he's probably slightly less on the defensive side, but not by a huge amount comparative to Lively, which is why he got into the starting lineup in the first place. But unfortunately, in the playoffs, he's the bigger guy. He's the sort of stronger guy than Lively at this stage, and I feel like he should exert his dominance a little bit more, which he doesn't do. And I was hoping I was going to see that more in the OKC series. So, but like, it's a mentality thing, really. I think, like I say, that maybe the lights are too bright. Maybe he's Jarrett Allen. I don't know, but like I'm hoping he'll get there. That's my hope for him. But I think it's twofold, really. It's just Lively is going to be phenomenal in this league, and I think 20 years old, man. I mean, I think he'll be better than guys like Chet and stuff like this. So I think, to be honest, he's already kind of defensively better than Chet. If he can get a little bit of a sort of outside of just like the 1 yard range kind of game, then he's going to be lethal, man. And if we can even get him to a point where he can start hitting threes, well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be scary hours for the league. But yeah, I'm really obviously I support Gafford. I want to see him do well. I mean, obviously he still has to play big minutes in the playoffs, and he still does little things in the game which are important. Like I think he's mainly a psychological factor as well, because when he does get one of his big dunks, he's kind of like mean mugging and he gets the crowd going, and it's psychologically for the other team and for our team a big momentum builder. So you still need him, but I just think he just needs to stop rushing it so much.
Yeah, well, to your point, you asked about the plus minus too, and Kareem made a good point on there. Part of the plus minus that this is why that stat sucks, right? When we started all equally playing better defense, Lively was in, right? He got to close out when we were really shutting them down. Gafford was in at the beginning of the game when Luka was literally looking at guys like, oh, look, he got the ball. That's pretty. And so, like, that's the problem with it is when they were lighting up threes, Gafford was in a lot. Is that on Gafford? No, it's not really on Gafford. That's why that stat is so goofy. But when you look at it throughout every series now and every game, you're seeing a consistent pattern where Gafford is always negative and Lively is not just positive. He is, like, crazy positive.
Yeah.
So, like, that says, and it's the eyeball test too, right? That's what's wrong with analytics. The eyeball test says Lively is playing way better defensively, right? Lively is doing better in the game than Gafford is. Is Gafford doing bad? No. He's fine. He's not performing at the levels we need, like that Lively is. And that's what we need. That's why Lively's got to keep getting the minutes. And I'll go back to what I said. I got flack for saying it, and I even the Skin Wade came at me. He was like, "Oh no, that's crazy." I'm glad Maxi's out. I wanted Lively to get a chance to prove himself. I wanted Gafford to get a chance to prove themselves, and you're seeing it. Gafford is shrinking a little bit, and Lively is exceeding because he doesn't have that crutch to go to Maxi. Now, when Maxi comes back, it better still be Lively in the fourth because he's proven what he can do. The small guys can't get in and get those little easy layups. They can on Maxi and they can on Gafford. So, I mean, that's why the stats a little skewed, but it's also valid.
We shouldn't be playing Maxi at the 5 anyway. We've established this.
It doesn't even matter. Even when he's at – it doesn't even matter, though. He's still more vulnerable even in the 4.
He is. No, but the thing is, even at the 4, if you've got like a Lively or someone next to him, he's fine because the one thing I think is underrated about Maxi is that he's actually a defensive instigator. Like you see him, he's like the one who's like the most vocal on defense. You see him pointing around and telling guys where to go and stuff. Like even if I understand Maxi's got his flaws, but you can't deny in the first series he was technically, based on the statistics, our best defender technically. Obviously
and I'm not disagreeing with that, but the problem is Jason Kidd. And if Jason Kidd has Maxi around, he will put Maxi at the 5. He can't help himself. Now he's had to live without him, and you're seeing the difference. That's my point. I'm not trashing Maxi. I wanted Lively to have the chance, and he's getting it now.
I'm just glad Jason Kidd's moved on from Dwight Powell. That's all I can say. Well, at least he's not still trying to find minutes for Dwight because, oh my God, obviously TXJ is still finding minutes, but to be honest, Hardy's been getting some more. So, I don't know. I think against the Celtics, if we get to the Celtics, that is, or even in this series, I think, we have to play Hardy more. Exum's been an absolute dud in the playoffs, which have been a real shame. But Hardy has to get more minutes. And because the thing is as well, even just for his trade value and going forward, if we're going to use him, Hardy is a microwave scorer. He could be like a JJ Barea type player for us. And that's what I'm kind of hoping he becomes. I don't think he'll ever be a great defender, but I think he'll try. And that's the main thing. He can maybe be like an average one for his size. That's good enough. And you can just bring him in if you need a bucket and some energy. And that's kind of what I want Hardy to be. And Josh is hit on miss, but yeah, we just have to live with what we got.
Yep. Great points. I do like that Maxi Kleber point because you're right. I don't think either one of the centers would have gotten both the equal amount of minutes that they're getting right now. So that's a great point, Sticks. I ain't gonna lie. All right, let's move forward. Let's move this conversation to reacting to some of these crazy backhanded compliment takes from the national media, and I know well, it's not even Chris Canty this time. Well, it is a little bit. It's the host to the left, the male there. He says some crazy stuff. Check this out.
To the show, we are unsportsmanlike here on ESPN.
Let me try to get to the point where Chris Canty says some crazy stuff. Let's see.
Before he even says anything about his fandom, we are going to have to classify this man as a Wolves fan.
Well, no, he's a Lakers fan, but he's also an Anthony Edwards fan, right?
He's a Wolves fan.
Yeah, well, I can get excited about my Lakers when we hire the next Pat Riley, assuming that actually goes through.
Oh, you had to do that right off the bat.
That's really? The word on the street.
Just wait, watch.
We'll see how that goes. But no, you know what I'm upset about, Ev? Is that even though last night was a nail-biter down to the wire, I just hate bad basketball. And it was so much bad basketball from Minnesota yesterday. So many empty possessions on offense, guys settling for jump shots. Anthony Edwards, even though he was so hyper-focused on making the right basketball play, I didn't think that he did what was in the best interest of his team because he has to be the catalyst offensively. And once the shots stop falling for Jaden McDaniels and others from the perimeter on those kickouts, that's when Ant-Man has to be active and be aggressive in trying to get to the rim. And if nothing else, get fouled and get to the free throw line. But I thought he missed opportunities to put his imprint on the game offensively in a night where that's exactly what his team needed.
Well, and their head coach, Chris Finch, said so after the game, right? He
You
said
can't, you can't make plays when you're tired.
Right.
You can't make plays when you run into the freaking paint and there's two centers standing there plus Luka and or PJ Washington or DJJ saying, really, you want to try to get to that rim? Good luck. And every time he tried it, he turned his ass right back around and ran right back out to that three-point line or made a stupid turnover and stuff like that. He tried.
There's more. There's more. There's more. Now the guy on the left gets to talk, and just check this out. This is hilarious.
Has the lead late in the game, okay? And Karl Anthony Towns goes up with 1:41 to go for a putback jam.
Oh, hold on. I didn't get to catch the stuff he said at first. He said that the Timberwolves are cheated. Check this out.
And then on the whole, they go on a 13-0 run to go up 97-89. Then Karl Anthony Towns has a huge, enormous, deep three to make it 99-98 later in that frame. Anthony Edwards had a three. Then Luka had a three. Then P.J. Washington had a three. So it's 104-102. Dallas has the lead late in the game. Okay? And Karl Anthony Towns goes up with 1:41 to go for a putback jam to tie the game, or what I thought was going to be a tie game at 104 apiece with 1:41 to go, and they called an offensive goaltending on Cat because they said that he was in the cylinder. I don't know. I mean, what does the cylinder go to the sky at this point? We're just going to raise
it does.
Up,
Learn basketball
like
before you freaking comment on it.
I don't get. But I don't get that. I've never seen it like that.
But that's the rule, though, Ev.
Hold on, I need to find a spot where he says that they were cheated. Hold on.
No, I think they were completely screwed. So let me set up what
There
I'm
it goes. Hold on.
But with going against a team like Dallas, you can't afford to make mistakes like that.
Yeah, I think the Wolves were screwed last night. I mean, I'm just going to go there right away because I think they were completely screwed. So let me set up.
So, right now, this is why I set this up. This is why I set this up the way I did. Because now I want to share with you the rule of how this is identified, okay? So this is the NBA official. During last night's Minnesota and Dallas game, replay officials utilized Hawkeye View technology to confirm the ruling of the offensive basket interference committed by the Timberwolves' Karl Anthony Towns. Why do I got Ben's messages up? So here, check this out, man. They show it in detail. So for all the Minnesota fans and Mr. Man on that, ESPN channel felt that they got cheated, well, that is your cylinder goaltending basketball interference rule.
Bravo.
I mean,
you know what really baffles me though about that clip, truly, is this is exactly what I was saying earlier. So that first guy says, well, why was he settling for middies? Why was he settling for threes? Why aren't they getting the paint? I was like, these guys are analysts, right? They're meant to analyze things, right? But they can't, they're so one-dimensional in their takes. They're like, well, why didn't he just drive to the basket? It's like, because he couldn't, mate. Like, it's really kind of simple. We didn't let him drive to the basket. We made him play a game that he's not familiar with, and this is why he couldn't pull off his usual offensive prowess. It's really that simple. But, like, these guys are looking at it and going, well, he just should have just drove into the basket, been more aggressive. It's like, mate, that's a Skip Bayless type of take, Get out of here. Honestly. But, yeah, great rule. Go to them.
Yeah, they're that's the problem is they're not analysts. They're media personalities. And you can see even by the way he's talking, right? Like you don't say as supposedly an unbiased media personality, right? You don't say simply they got screwed and then when you hear him do the breakdown, you can tell he's either a big Minnesota Timberwolves fan or he doesn't like the Mavericks. One of the two. Like you can hear it in his tone. Like he is completely biased in his assessment of what happened.
I'd say a bit of both, but yeah.
And it may be, but that's the point is like you automatically are coming off. And when you say such a stupid ass comment like, what is it just supposed to go all the way to the ceiling? Yes, that's the rule. Like learn it. Like, I'm sorry, but as a producer, did no one ask this fool what he was going to say on TV before he made such a dumbass comment? You just discredited one of your hosts. He just completely discredited that he doesn't have a clue how basketball works, and he's out here commenting on it. And you got Chris Canty and other. I mean, what the hell?
And here's the issue with it, right? Now this is where I get on my little what is this what's the word I'm looking for, on my little box. We'll put it like that, right? So for me, with this channel, I'm always on the side of looking out for Mavs fans, right? I think a lot of us have been misled by the national media, also by local media at times too, and just in general. I think it's because the city, for Ben, I don't think it's easy to relate to like how it is in Dallas and how the Mavericks are covered. I always felt like the Mavericks in general, they're little, like the little brother of the city in a way. And I always looked at them as the most successful team in the city. Why aren't they looked at that? Why aren't they treated like that? Why do the team with the star in their helmet get all of the praise for losing for 27 years, right? So, with this channel for me is like I want to not only, and I'm not looking to call out people, but I'm looking to correct things, because there could be a Mavs fan that don't know about my channel. Not that all the Mavs fans should know about my channel, but maybe they don't know about We Talk Mavs. Maybe they don't know about other channels that talk deeply and in depth about basketball, where they actually care about the Mavs, to where these things actually matter, and they'll run into that that video, and maybe they're just casual Mavs fans, but they're Mavs fans that care, and there they are getting misled by this dude talking stuff, and they have no idea of the Hawkeye view, right? So for me, that's like one of the purposes of this channel. It's just to, call things out, man, and fix narratives. That way people aren't like feeling like, oh, the Mavericks did cheat somebody. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me.
I don't understand how people put this on the Mavs. Like it's something the Mavs did. Like this is 100% was called by yes, Luka and them were like, hey, it was, but they blew the whistle before they started gesturing. Hey, that's a Galton or whatever. So like
so much to talk about
Minnesota fans.
My bad.
No, you're good. Minnesota fans are acting like we paid the refs or we cheated somehow or whatever. It's like, dude, this was all refs. We had nothing to do with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I thought they did a good job to look at it. I thought they did a real good job looking at the quote unquote the controversial call.
Yeah, they said it only took them like 5 seconds to review it.
Yeah.
So, because they have the Hawkeye view, which we now know about. I didn't know they had that. That's why they threw that up there and went, whoop. I didn't know they had that camera. So,
yeah, they have that in lots of sports. Like loads of sports have that. Yeah, but I'm just
tennis.
We should. Well, yeah, look, they use it in loads of sports. I mean, they should use it in the NBA as well. I mean, these are important games, and like that 2 points mattered in the grand scheme of things. It was.
I just want to point out something too. What did we say after we missed 11 free throws in that game 4 against Oklahoma City? What did we say?
We
lost. We screwed ourselves, right? Yeah. We know the refs screwed us, but at the end of the day, so they got 7 missed free throws and they lost by 3 points.
Yep.
You got nobody to blame but yourself. There were they got 2 more fouls than us, and they got 1 more free throw than us. That game was, I think, honestly, that was a very fairly officiated game. I don't think any one team got away with anything, and when they were booing, look at them like he's foul baiting. The one time I saw Luka really badly foul bait, they didn't give him the call. Yeah. And I was even mad at him for trying to. So, like, they can't blame the refs. This is not a game. And this is what I wanted out of Minnesota. Minnesota plays defense. They can't do foul calls, or it ruins Minnesota's game the way they play too. So this is in our favor. I said this would be a very low penalty game and not a lot of fouls. It wasn't. This I thought was a very good game. And Gobert got 6 or 8 of the free throws.
I will say that the refs forced us to use our challenges on some pretty wild plays that should not have been challenged.
Can we get Joe removed from the chat? He's out of control right now.
And then Big J talking about that I'm scared to put him on screen. He's the one that's scared to come on here with the camera on. It's not me. I got another video to show y'all, by the way. I got another video.
How does Joe know about that? Was he on there and saw my profile or something? I'm confused. Like, how would Joe even know? Joe, how'd you know about that, Joe? Dang,
yeah, Joe.
What you been doing?
What are you doing on there? All right, man. This video might piss off not only myself again, but it's gonna probably piss all of you off and everybody in the chat. And before we play this, man, y'all leave a like on the video. I normally don't ask for likes, but leave a like, man. It goes a long way. Helps these my little. I'm just a baby. My little channel grow, man. It goes a long way.
I'm in danger.
All right, man. Check out this video. This is one. I hate this guy's voice. Two, he made me like Tim Hardaway Sr. in the same segment. Who the fuck would have ever thought that, right? Have y'all would have ever thought that somebody would have been so bad that Tim Hardaway Sr. would have made you like them? Y'all about to find out. Check this. This was insane. It gets worse. How y'all feeling so far about what he's saying?
I watched this video earlier, so I already know where this is going.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you can tell where he's going.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can
I was.
tell the
Here, let me play the
that's
rest.
about to come out of his mouth.
No, it is about to be stupid. Like I almost crashed on the highway today because I was like, you know, when you have a long day at work and then you go outside and the sun hits you and you get all sleepy driving home. This man woke me up while I was driving. Oh my God! Did y'all hear that? I'm concerned if I'm a Mavericks fan, and let me tell you why.
Camera off. This won't be pretty. Hold on, we'll be back in a second. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm back.
Anybody, Ben? Did you hear that? Master Fame, you've heard this. You saw this video. Watch. Just watch. Watch what he ends up saying. Again, let me preface this by him saying, I would be concerned if I was a Mavericks fan. First off, we won the game. Playing bad. Instead of letting Tim go, I'm going to let y'all go. What do you think?
He said, Michael Jordan said what?
Michael B.
What do you think a superstar does? What do you think Michael Jordan did? Kobe did. Dwayne Wade, as much as I hate to come out of my mouth with his 27 free throws to win. But anyway, LeBron, like, what? Like,
Hey.
we said, here's our best dude. You put your best guy on him. Stop us. And Lucas said, you can't.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
You can't.
Bro.
You know what it reminds me of actually. It reminds me of. Do you remember last year when the Lakers were against Denver and they were getting swept? And I remember, I think in the first game, Rui Hachimura had a couple of good defensive plays at the end of the game, and again they still lost, right, on Jokic. And this guy was like saying something along the lines of, well, Denver won this game tonight, but they should really consider it a loss because I think the Lakers have really figured Jokic out in this game and blah, blah, blah. It's like, bro, you lost. What are you on about? Like, it's just, like, I can't believe it. It's like, yeah, it's like, okay, that's good for you. But, like, you know, it's like, then at the end of the series when they lost 4-0, they were still going on about, mate, but this is the closest 4-0 ever, possibly. It's just like, mate, you lost 4-0. There's no close about it. There's no such thing as a close 4-0. What? But, yeah, this is some premium cope at the moment, but yeah.
I just don't understand why we care about what a ball, you know what I mean? A bald dude nobody's ever heard of. Why are we going to be, oh my gosh, let's panic because this guy doesn't know basketball and he says that we need to be concerned after winning a close game, shooting 24% from three. I'm concerned about what now? What is it? What am I supposed to be concerned about?
Right.
And
and sometimes I wonder, and maybe this does happen. Maybe they're like, you know what? Hey, one of us got to say some dumb stuff today. Like, who's gonna be who? You got it? You gonna say some dumb stuff? What you gonna say? Nah, that's not dumb enough. Say something more that'll piss off that fan base. And I feel like that's what they do.
Tim Hardaway. They're like, Tim Hardaway, you've been catching a lot of heat saying some stupid shit lately. Let me take that bullet from you. I'm gonna put the vest on. And they're going to come after me after this dumb shit I'm about to say.
All right, man. I'll leave it at that.
Hey, mate. Tim Hardaway Sr. was spitting facts, though. Let's be honest.
Hold on.
He was.
Rain back on. It went off for a minute.
Oh, man. No, he did a good job breaking it down, and he did speak about how the Mavericks play. So it's just like, it is what it is. If I wanted to hear dumb stuff, I would listen to Gil's Arena. Oh, they had. I don't even want to play their stuff. Their stuff was copium. They were talking about how, well, if the Timberwolves would play better and this and that, if they make their shots more. And the only person that had any kind of sense today on that show was Kenyon Martin. He was like, you don't think the Mavericks are coming up with a game plan to improve what they did? Anyway. Last thing I want to show is something I have not seen, but I'm finding it very odd that ESPN, ABC, NBA Countdown, they're all changing this new leaf, right? The caption to the title to this video is I guess a quote from Michael Wilbon. It says, "We knew Kyrie was great, but I didn't see this coming." And before I play this, do y'all see something different in here? Tell me if y'all see something different. Let me see if y'all notice it.
Chris Paul?
All right. No. Look at Kyrie, right?
Yep.
And in the back, right?
Yep.
But look at the Mavericks logo. Why is it gold?
I don't know.
Because they're going to win the championship?
Maybe so, but maybe they're trying to improve their relationship or improve the perception of Kyrie because of the playoff run that he's been on, even though he's been amazing this entire time he's been in Dallas. Now that they're finally seeing what he's doing, now they're like, oh wait, he's a great guy. Why don't we push him? You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny that now they're like,
I agree with you. I think they're realizing now that if they don't get on the bandwagon now, they're going to be screwed in the end because it's going to be used against them because they see where this is going. And they know the story behind this, if Mavs win, is going to be monumental, and they can't afford to not be on that side.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's check it out, man. I have not seen this, so we're going to react to this live. Let's see.
Goes, and that certainly came to fruition. 30 points, 24 in the first half, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. But Mr. Wilbon, if I told you about a year and a half ago, right, when the big three, as we called them in Brooklyn, broke up, James Harden, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, that Kyrie would be the one that we would be talking about in the conference finals as a leader of his squad, what would you have said?
Honestly, no. No, there wasn't evidence of that then. You could forecast if you want, but what we saw in Boston and Brooklyn, and by the way, what we saw in Dallas last year when they went 9-18, you go, no. And so that to me is where this conversation, the turnaround, you start there. Last year, we had great conversations, obviously, earlier today with Chris about that thing, that dynamic. How do you go from this to this? And how do players who've already gotten great, Kyrie Irving hit one of the great shots in NBA history.
What? When?
Sorry, Bob. He won a championship with one of the great shots in NBA history. And you think, okay, well, you don't have to prove anything anymore. Oh, wait. Not necessarily so. We've talked about this. But no, I wouldn't have said that at all.
And now, fast forward, and here we are.
We all know very few people on the planet have been more critical of Kyrie Irving than me over the last several years.
Indeed.
I haven't said a negative word about him this year because there's nothing negative to say.
He wanted Kyrie to retire.
He's talking about this year. But I guess, Stephen A. I guess. I guess if you're gonna
at the end of that interview, then what was that?
Yeah, why was he missing in the interview on Sunday? Yeah. Where was he at? Let's see what he says.
He has been phenomenal. He's been a phenomenal player. He's been a phenomenal leader. He's been a phenomenal citizen, an ambassador for the game of basketball. To transition, to get away from the noise that was so self-inflicted on so many occasions, to transition to a point of near perfection. I can't say enough about him. You look at his teammates, they love him. You look at the organization, Nico investing in him, Jason Kidd investing to him. Even when he was celebrating and doing Ramadan and what have you, they catered to everything that he needed. He feels loved, he feels respected and appreciated, and he's repaid the Dallas Mavericks organization, I would say, by eclipsing expectations. We expected greatness on the basketball court from Kyrie Irving. We didn't expect this.
But Stephen,
in the conference finals.
Damn, did I just
a leader of his?
My fault. Do y'all think there's any validity to what he's saying there? Like, humor me, right? Humor me.
I think there is to some extent. I think he's acting a little way more grateful towards Kyrie than now that he knows that there's a reason to than he was before. He was kind of just ignoring, but. let me see. You go to work every day and your boss treats you like shit. Do you step up and act better for that company? Do you work better for your employees and your coworkers? Do you give a shit? Well, so what was Kyrie done in those places? He was treated like shit by the owners, by the teams, by everybody. There was no respect. He comes to Dallas. That last year was, that is what it is, right? I mean, he's coming out of the hell that he was in, mentally, everything. He makes the transition. Our team wasn't great. We needed other players. It just didn't work. And at the end, I think they agreed with what you liked, right? I think they tanked for a reason. They knew at that point it wasn't going to happen, and they might as well get a better draft pick. Okay, so you come to this year, he gets a full off season. He gets respected. Luka loves playing with him. He loves Jason Kidd, right? He loves watching and learning from him, and all these things. And they give the same respect back. Shocker, he got respect, so now he's stepping up and being the leader he's capable of being. It's almost like when you empower your employees, or in this case, because it's what he technically is, right, for the organization, amazing. They actually want to do and reciprocate back. Yeah. Like the fact that even has to be said on national television is a joke. Everybody with a brain can see what's going on. Look what we did for him during Ramadan. Flying a chef around with him, cooking and doing all the things so that he had his proper dinner so he could have what he needed to eat properly every night. Did the other teams do that for him? No.
And then that should be like bare minimum in the NBA. I'm not saying, cater to all these players, right? But you are investing millions of dollars into them, right? Like, these teams are worth billions of dollars. You would think like that's the bare minimum. And the Mavericks have always been a player-friendly organization. They have. Mark Cuban deserves credit for that, 1,000%. Even when you listen to like the Knuckleheads podcast or the majority of any of these other player podcasts, they always talk about how the Mavericks treated even the away players, right? The Mavericks have always been a player-friendly organization, and the fact that they've always been that standard and they continue to push that standard, to me, it was like a dual relationship in a way. Like Kyrie is going to bring a little bit extra attention to the Mavericks, but also Kyrie's going to be able to show the world like what the Mavericks are to make it a better destination for free agents, right? Where, we always struggled getting them. And then in return, Kyrie's able to flourish here and have a great experience. So now it's like it's more like a partnership in a way, right? That's how I looked at it. I looked at it as a partnership because once Kyrie came here, I knew it would have worked. Obviously, it didn't last year. I'm glad we re-signed him, but I just knew that the Mavs organization just had the right pieces for Kyrie, and the city of Dallas, we're starved for stars, right? We had Dirk, we had Luka, but we could just never have a secondary one next to the star, right? We just never could get one. And now we finally have one, and now everyone in Dallas, like you say all the time, Sticks, like we just want you to win championships. We just want you to win. We don't care about what you got going on outside your personal life. That's for you to be dealing with, not for us to be meandering through. So it's just, I just knew this was going to be a perfect spot for him, so to speak. So let's see what else they end up saying in this little segment here.
The court.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever the questions were, the outside noise you talk about, had nothing to do with basketball.
Right.
It would have something to do with all these other things that obscured how genius he is.
Well, it affected him being on the basketball.
It really is.
And now that's not the case.
It was never about can Kyrie Irving play basketball.
No.
At an elite level.
Yeah, right. Nobody. I don't think he ever said that. He can't play. Nobody ever said that. What I love watching about him now, and I didn't see early, is the tiny little things he does over the course of a game. What kind of teammate he is, what kind of leader he is, what he's doing to win the game. He's got no agendas except to win the game. He's actually being very selfless right now. And before, he may not have thought this, but not with his game, but with his behavior, some would accuse him of being selfish. With his behavior, not the way he plays. I don't think he's a selfish player at all. But right now, you're seeing, I think, the best emotional version of him, the best character that we've ever seen with Kyrie Irving. And you know what? He looks like he's happy.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite. He looks like he's at peace.
We had a conversation with him last week.
Good.
I'm trying to get the Chris Paul and see what he says, because all this stuff is like 12 months old to us. You know what I'm saying? Like We knew. We knew this. Like, what are you really talking about? Like, we all know this. It's because y'all didn't pay attention to Kyrie the entire season until the playoffs. That's y'all fault. But let's see what Chris Paul got to say.
But the selflessness, it's underscored when you take a harder look at the fact that he joined a team that already had a superstar in Luka Doncic. And that's not always easy to do. You've done it a couple of times. You have played with Devin Booker, who Curry already established in Golden State, James Harden, the list goes on and on. What is the key to making that integration seamless?
Well, first and foremost, I'm a Kyrie fan. Like, there's a freedom and a joy that he plays with now. I had an opportunity to take my son to the Clippers Mavericks series, and I sat courtside, and I told Kai during the timeout, I said, man, you play harder now than you did 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's true, just the shape that he's in, the way that he plays the game. But when you change teams, it is extremely hard. It's extremely hard because you almost have to start over again. You have to build that trust. You have to show the guys in that locker room, no matter how good you've been somewhere else, you have to prove yourself over and over again. And so when you're in the huddle and you know you're Kyrie Irving like last year and J. Kidd is drawing up a game-winning play and he drawing it up for Luka, he ain't going to say nothing, but it's like, I'm me. You know? Yeah. So now if you watch them play, me obviously playing against them and watching them play, there's just a trust in both of them. You know, not necessarily my shot, your shot. Is you got it going, go kill.
And you got a star in Luka Doncic that literally is coming on the court and saying, I had to do something in the second half because he carried us in the first. I got to do my job. I can't let him down. These are the kind of things you're hearing from the superstar of the Dallas Mavericks. I can't let him down. And he's the champion that's on that squad. He knows what it takes.
And these are two teams playing each other.
Well, that was cool. I think they talk about Kyrie a little bit more the rest of the way. But I just thought it was cool. I do appreciate that Kyrie is finally getting the coverage. I do appreciate that he is getting good coverage and not some bull BS coverage like he normally gets about, is he going to be a good citizen and all this. Like, they really did a number on his reputation. Let's be completely honest. They really did in the media. A little bit over the top, but I think it's okay that they're doing a service for Kyrie, man.
Do you think that, and this is actually, do you think, like, because obviously Luka and the Mavericks have had a lot of criticism for a long time. Obviously, Kyrie got his own criticism for the reasons we all kind of know from previous teams and things he said politically, etc., etc. But do you think that part of this is a big push? Because as you said, that they see where it's all going, and if the Mavericks come out with a championship, the thing is, ultimately, Kyrie Irving is one of the most marketable players in the world. Luka Doncic is an incredibly marketable player because obviously just because he oversees stuff, but also his game and who he is, all the rest of it. So, and obviously they're the two. Arguably, you got people coming out here and saying this is the best backcourt, offensive backcourt of all time, which I find hard to disagree with. Do you think that maybe if the Mavericks win that championship, it'll kind of be like what happened with the Nuggets, where all of a sudden, like all these media personalities will be like, the Mavericks are. They'll be saying completely opposite of what they've been saying for the past 6 years.
Yeah, next year will be completely different, way different. It won't be even remotely the same. You'll probably see a makeup MVP for Luka, like they did Joker. You're going to see them just kissing their ass everywhere, and it's like what I told you the other day, TGK, when I'm sitting there, I turned on 105.3 fan on accident. Like I just turned it on and my Apple Tunes, music didn't come on. And I get the radio and it's the G-Bag Nation saying. The media realized that Luke is a sourpuss and he's not marketable and his marketing is going down. Are you kidding me? He's a worldwide figure. He has European people watching him doing all this. He's one of the most marketable people worldwide. And Kyrie is, you can see that even when people talk shit to Luka, nobody talks shit to Kyrie. Like the players know better. They will not disrespect Kyrie. Like you see Dort like mug Luka, right? And then Kyrie gets on him and Dort's like, no, I ain't going to mess with him. I ain't going to get a bad rep. Like he won't do it to him, right? I mean, they are. And now you got Lively with his backstory. It's an unfortunate, horribly unfortunate thing, but the media makes advantage of everything, right? They're going to jump on, look what this kid did after, what they're going to do. Like this is easily one of the best marketable teams in NBA right now.
Yep.
You're an idiot not to jump on board before we win.
Well, you can even go a step further and say, like, PJ Washington, he was like on a team for a while. He's actually a Dallas native, isn't he? He came back all of a sudden. He's playing the best to get in the basketball of his career. He's a fan favorite. Daniel Gafford, you can say similar things about him. There's so many great stories the Mavs have, like so many, like, and the thing is, like,
Derek Jones.
Derek Jones. Oh my God! Like
Exum, look at Exum. Exum was a comeback.
Yeah. And we can say what we want about like the Maxi Clevers and Dwight Powell's of the world, but the thing is, like as a team, I mean, they do treat, as you said earlier, their employees incredibly well, almost too well in some cases. They really do, and we got a history of that. And I think really, I like it's part of the reason, I started supporting the Mavs after kind of Luka came, because I kind of got back into basketball in a big way when I started seeing his clips come up and stuff. But like, thing is, part of the reason I kind of, I'll stick with the Mavs long after Luka's gone and all the rest of it is because ultimately I think we've got, regardless of Cuba and all the rest of it, I think they've got a great culture around sort of looking after people. They've got good, sort of generally have a good chemistry and like team culture, and like, the players like to play for the Mavericks. And it's all this stuff I'm hoping, in terms of the free agent stuff, I think that's going to change, because obviously people are going to see, ultimately players want to win. And people are going to see that obviously the Mavericks is a great place to come and play. And Luka does elevate these players, because, we've seen it with Gafford, with Lively, with DJJ, with PJ, the list goes on, it's endless. It's all better. And even Kyrie is the best proof of all, because Kyrie, essentially, obviously we got him, we had to obviously trade to get him. But the thing is, once he came here, everyone was saying for months and months, oh, Kyrie's not going to stay, he's not going to re-sign with you guys. Not only did he re-sign, he loves it here. And he's actually he is getting his points. He is getting his assists, his rebounds. He's doing it on a high clip. So it's not like you can't play with Luka and Luka's going to make your game worse. I think probably next season you're going to see more of almost like a Nikola Jokic season from Luka, where in the sense that he's going to be a lot more selfless. I can see by the way he plays, ever since that injury is almost a blessing in disguise, because the way he plays now, he's a lot more kind of giving. He's a lot less sort of pounding the rock, at sort of half court and the rest of it. Like, obviously, he's always going to do that because he's Luka Doncic to a certain extent. But I'm starting to see a lot more of he really does actually trust these guys around us now. Now he's seen what PJ can do, some of these other guys can do. So, I think everything's clicking at the moment. And, I think we can go all the way this season. I really do.
I agree, man. I agree. Hey, Master Fame, guess what?
What's up?
Running with the Timberwolves just dropped.
Oh, did it?
What?
You're the second view.
I'm petty, man. That's what it is. I'm petty. I already know what I'm about to do when we end this stream, man. I already know.
Same.
I'm about to check them out. All right, man. Any other things? How about we get into tomorrow's thing? I'll get everybody's 2 cents about tomorrow's game, and then we'll end the stream here, man. Then maybe we can see some comments. Let me see some comments real quick before I ask y'all that question. Let's see. Nick says, these people in the media don't really believe half the crap they say. They just doing it for the money, but they trade their integrity for it. That is well said, bro. That is well said. Like, if I always say this, if I could make what I make now, just doing this full time, I would pressure myself to be the best at it, right? And sometimes you see these guys and it's like they just half-ass it, and it's like, damn, you living really good. You can half-ass your research and your takes, your understanding of the game, and make some good coin, man. I envy that. That's pretty nice. But I don't envy it that much, but I do envy it. Gucci says, y'all funny. Who, the chat or the panel? Who's funny?
Oh, it's definitely. They not that funny in chat. We know better.
Gina Kim says, did you see?
Big J. I'm going to give Big J the props.
Yeah, Big J is funny. Gina Kim says, did you see who didn't vote for Luka? It was Tolis Kozias. And I heard he left Brunson off All NBA. Yeah, some people don't deserve the vote in the NBA, man. They don't understand the Mavs D is real, pause. They underestimate us, and instead of apologizing, they coping. Yes, they are. Nick says, did you see did you guys see Shaq couldn't even look Kyrie in the eye last night? I didn't. I wasn't looking at it that closely, but
to be fair, it's hard for Shaq to look anybody in the eye.
He's so tall. But weren't they sitting right next to each other? So it's kind of...
Yes. Like, Shaq never, looked to the right. He pretty much just kept looking forward the whole time.
I wonder if that's like a camera thing, right? Because you have your camera that you have to look at?
No, because they were looking that Kyrie was facing straight out and Shaq was facing. It was like Kyrie's face. I don't know if I can do this. They were like opposite. Oh, my camera's the other way, like this.
Yeah.
Like so, Kyrie's looking right here at the camera, and Shaq's like over here. So Shaq could have turned and looked at the same camera, and he wasn't doing it.
That's weird. Probably some alpha stuff. Johnny B says the first time I've ever agreed with anything THJ Senior said. You should check out the rest of it, bro. You should check out the rest of it.
Wouldn't it be TH Senior, not THJ Senior?
Oh yeah,
THS.
This one, it's Johnny B. So
VHS. Big J said if I wanted to hear, I already read that comment. My bad, Big J. I'm already reading the same thing. Let me see if there's any other TGK comment up here. Wait, so then what is it called when Kai had the ball in the beginning? Kai kept us in the game. Luka took over like he should have to win. I think that was like referring to the guy talking about the hero ball. Yeah, Kyrie hero balled in the first and Luka hero ball to close out the game. Gucci said, oh man, Johnny B, I'm loving the way Mavs looking. You good, fam? Yeah, you know Johnny B good. All right, man, let me go ahead and ask everybody. Oh, hold on. We got Latte in the building? Latte, leave a like on the video ASAP. Everybody leave a like on the video.
I just have to say something real quick. Hey, Latte, Mavs in 5. And if Div's still in here, your Oilers are going to lose. Just saying. Just want you to get that out there. I don't even care if we're losing right now, which I think we are still, but it doesn't matter. We're going to win.
Let me start off with Ben, man. Hey, Ben, what are some quick takeaways for tomorrow that you're looking for?
Ben fell asleep, evidently.
Maybe the transmission's taking a while to get over there.
Yeah, it's kind of far.
It's got to get over the ocean.
Yeah, it's got to get over the ocean. Yeah,
it's a long line.
All right, way off. B is not here. All right, Sticks, what about you, man? What's your quick takeaways for tomorrow's game?
I think we're going to see the Mavericks play exactly the same way. And it's like what you said earlier, we'll adapt to what they do. We've proven that no matter what they throw at us, we'll adapt. If they start they start trying to go the paint, we'll shift. You'll see Lively coming faster. And at the end of the day, do you think Mavericks are going to shoot 24% again from threes? No. Nobody we all know that. That's got to be like, I think they're worst shooting the season. So that's not reality. It's not going to happen again. And I'm not scared of anything the Timberwolves do, not even remotely. So, and if they double team, which I think they may try because they realize what happened, if they double team, if they're arrogant enough, if they're arrogant enough to think that game was still close up to the way they started and they try to solo coverage again, single man coverage, it's over for them because we're going to hit threes. And if they double up on us, the threes are going to open up even further, and then it's really going to go bye-bye. So nothing, again, that they scare me, and I don't see any reason to change the way we've been playing.
Yeah, I love the take. What about you, Master Fame? What you thinking for tomorrow's game, man?
Well, after Ant said he's tired, I don't know how he's not going to be tired the rest of this series. I think Kyrie needs to keep up this first half thing to tire him out, and because it's one day and you're still practicing and stuff, so it's not like you really have a day off in this Western Conference Finals. That 7-game series, getting out of the OKC in 6 games was huge. It's 1 day extra, but it really, I think, helped us prime, and it was that real sweet spot. So I think they're going to keep attacking Ant to kind of tire him out, because if he's a two-way player, he's got to play 2 ways. I mean, there's really nothing else you can do about that. You claim to be a 2-way player, so do it. And your offense, man, in the fourth quarter was he was a chucker, basically, just chucking up shots that he felt comfortable chucking. So, how do you react after a win is you don't think you're ever going to lose again. So I think we're going to win game 2. I think it's going to be a little bit easier. It's going to be more of 6 to 10 point win, but I think they pull it out. So I feel pretty good.
Nice. Ben, I know you for some reason logged out. Did you hear my question before you got out of here, or do you want me to ask you again?
Yeah, what was the question? Sorry, go on.
Okay, so the question is for tomorrow's game, if you could give me your quick takeaways about what you expect tomorrow and what you're looking forward to tomorrow.
I think, I mean, to be honest, I think if we win it, which I'm confident we may well win it, then I think, to be honest, this series is as good as over. Because as much as they came back against Denver, they actually had the 2-0 series lead away from home. But if we're taking away their 2 home games at the beginning, we could potentially end it in 4 or 5. I don't think we'll shoot as bad as we did yesterday from 3. And to piggyback off Master Fame's point on the Anthony Edwards thing, the problem with him is because he's a short guard, he has to guard our short guard, and our short guard is Kyrie Irving, who's killing him. And obviously, he like I say, if we're going to stop him getting in the paint, we basically nullified their number 1 option, and he's going to be knackered. So, I think it's actually a really bad matchup for Minnesota. Everyone was saying, Div, before the series, that we were gonna win this until STIX talked him round using a very charismatic and compelling speech. But no, I just don't. I think we're going to be absolutely fine. If we do lose it, it's not the end of the world. We still got home court advantage. So it's really it's a bonus game, I'd say. I mean, we never win game 1, so we won one now. So who knows what's going to happen?
What was that word that you used, Ben?
Which one?
Knackered.
Knackered, yeah. So it's just tired, basically. Completely.
Okay.
You said an engine is
you know, the British people, they use weird words.
My bad. I've never heard that. We never learned that on the short bus, so I'm sorry.
Just you usually say it about like a.
We didn't learn that on the non-short bus either.
Like people say it about like a car or a television or something. If it's done, you say it's knackered, like a electronic device or something. Yeah. But
No,
anyway,
we don't say that.
There's your etymology for the day. Anyway, carry on.
Thank you. Salute to Black Noir. Salute TGK and the panel. Great show. Go Mavs. Cool $2 super chat. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully, people enjoy the radio sound bites. They'll be going crazy for it.
Hold on. We have 48 likes. This show's almost over. Where are we at, people?
Fat ass back here.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Where we at? We got 48 likes. Let's get to the 50.
2 more
guys.
likes.
What's up? 2 more likes.
I'll throw a like on it here in a second. I think I just jumped right in without liking.
Dang. All right. Well, while we try to accumulate 2 more likes, let's go ahead and see what Gina Kim asked me about. We'll entertain this combo. I might have to rely on y'all, and the reason for that is because I didn't really see Larry Bird much. I've seen his highlights, obviously. The steal inbound, the inbound steal that led to the assist to win, I guess, an NBA Finals game. I don't know, something like that. I know he's a great shooter. I've seen some of his stats. I saw his great record against Michael Jordan. Like, he beat Jordan every single step of the way. But Chandler Parsons has some crazy stuff to say. Crazy to some, controversial to none. Check it out.
He said that the Luka comparisons to Larry Bird need to stop because Bird is top 5, top 10 player of all time. So
that's just Boston Celtics pride right there. Paul, you wrong too. Luka Doncic is absolutely in a class with Larry Bird. Larry Bird had better, had people around him. He had champions, Kevin McHale's, the Dennis Johnsons, Robert Parrish's. I can go on and on about the supporting cast that Larry Bird had that assisted him in being who he was to get championships, to create his legacy. Like we said, we're talking about a guy we can look at the legacy that he built, and we're looking at a guy that's still building his legacy. When it's all said and done, if Luka has 5-6 rings, then who do we compare him to? So I'm not buying it either.
I'm scared.
Hot take, Luka's already better than Larry Bird was.
I knew you was going to do that, but I want you to do it.
He doesn't have the resume. He doesn't have the championship.
Well, he's not a superstar,
basketball player. Yeah, he's not a superstar.
Yeah.
As a basketball player, Luka Doncic can do everything Larry Bird did and
Hot
more.
take. And there it is.
There's
your viral moment for Thursday.
I understand the old guys are going to disagree.
Here I am sitting next to him again.
Oh, it's a different game. It's too physical. Luka could never play back then. It's like he doesn't have to. He plays now, and he's better than he was back. He's just better.
All right. So
this disrespect in this chat room is unacceptable.
What's funny? He says that, right? And I want y'all to see this, right?
The one where he said Luka's not very good? Yeah.
Luka Doncic, Rob,
set an NBA record last night with his fourth, able to win an MVP, has been able to flourish.
I think it's
You
right.
don't win at a certain point, even get close to, and that's what happens. And
Well, I can't find it, but basically, Chandler Parsons said it's exhausting watching the same shit over and over about Luka Doncic. So you had now you speak glowingly about Luka, saying, "Oh, he's better than Bird now," right? You know, if we keeping receipts, salute the We Talk Mavs. I was told, I keep receipts. You know, all that good stuff. Like, we got to be fair, right? Just because you want to sing Luka's praises all of a sudden, we also got to point out when you didn't. So why is it? Why suddenly Chandler Parsons want to sing Luka's praises when he was just hating on this man for half a season and then basically not believing in him? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's what you got out of it, Gina Kim, if you appreciated our take, but I'm just like, I'll be wondering what that is, man. I wonder. He say Luka Doncic.
I think he's sour. I think he's sour because he didn't work out here in Dallas. He was always hurt, and when he did play, he could never find a rhythm, and which is a bummer because I was really excited when Chandler Parsons came to Dallas, but like I said, it didn't work. He was never healthy enough to be on the floor, and I think he really wanted to be, and I don't think he was any type of effect at all on the team, and he's just kind of probably sour about that.
So here's a quote right here, Fame. It says, "I think he's an unbelievable talent. He's really a guard version of Nikola Jokic, where they do everything," which, whatever, I guess. He's mesmerizing with the basketball, Chandler Parsons said, "but as a teammate, it's a little exhausting watching the same shit over and over again. And then you don't win. It's even magnified like, okay, we could try something else. It could definitely be frustrating." He said that this year. You know that, right?
Yeah, he said that not that long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, he said that shortly after he scored 73 points. So,
I think Chandler Parsons should stop with his basketball takes about him, like Joe and Gucci should stop trying to be comedians in chat. They're not very funny. Find a new career.
What they talking about? Twerk? They talking about twerking and happy ending. Come on, what are we talking about?
Yeah, they're trying to come at me.
What's up, brother?
They need to work on their comedy. It's a little. I mean, I get better out of 12th graders on Call of Duty. Come on, guys, let's go.
What a great audience.
All right, man. So I put in the chat if somebody wanted another video for me to check out, but I can't find it. But I find this funny. Doncic. There's a lot of people that say Doncic a lot when referring to Luka
Paul Pierce.
and Paul Pierce, even Mr. Austin Rivers the other day. I actually posted that little short excerpt from what we
when games
there it
get
goes.
tight to find a way to score. So I'm gonna now it's close. I'll take them in 7
Your
games.
thoughts on that?
Oh, I'm taking Minnesota, absolutely.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, absolutely. For one,
Hold on.
speed does.
I think it's right. Watch him say this again.
Okay. Dallas is a non-defending team. They're playing better defense right now.
No, not there. Oh, man. Hold on.
Protection. They got good on-the-ball perimeter defense, and they have the number.
No, it's not Doncic. There it goes.
Daniels guards Luka Doncic better than anybody in the NBA.
Doncic.
I think it's almost like a proven stat. He guards.
But all right, I'm gonna use this up. I might as well say something. It is not Doncic. It's Doncic. It's not Doncic. Yeah, man. For those that don't know how to say Doncic, it's Doncic, not Doncic, not Donkey, not Doncic. No, it's Doncic. Leave it at that.
What about Daddy?
Hey, man, I'm not finna call.
No, that's what Devin Booker calls him.
Hey, yo.
Whatever.
Where's Austin Rivers at? Whatever. I do what I want. Where's it at?
Whatever, I'll do what I want.
Where's Austin Rivers at now? I want him to face us and apologize. I know I added him, and it got a lot of traction, and he never responds. He be avoiding me on Twitter. Why is this punchable face on screen? Donna Kick. Yes. Who says Donna Kick? I think it's Paul Pierce, right?
Donna Kick?
Donna
Kick is Flight.
Flight?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that is
Yeah, flight.
Hold on, let me look up Sticks. This too young for you. Let me see. Flight. You know, I don't know if you that hip to Flight, man. I don't know.
No,
you know who Flight is?
No. I think I might have seen him, but I don't know.
Way.
He starts it off saying
Donna kick.
Yeah, I've seen some of his stuff. Yes.
Donna kick.
Way. No way.
Oh.
No way. Mavericks fans would have leave me alone about this one, bro. This was not in my.
Oh, that's funny. Donna kick.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
watch
man.
him as satire.
As satire, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you.
To be
Donna
fair, I
Donna
think he
kick.
does it deliberately, man. Like, he is actually legitimately funny because it's like he
Oh,
says
yeah.
so many people's names wrong, and it's just like I love when he introduces it at the beginning, and he's like Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and he'll say a couple of things, and they're like, and the rest are nobodies. They'll be
Yeah,
like-
if he doesn't feel like you guys like your name is worth mentioning, like Josh Green and Jaden Hardy, he calls them 10-day contracts.
Damn.
Yeah.
And
he
when
calls
he
he
sees you
calls
score one good bucket, all of a sudden he knows your name, and he's like that who did he add to this? That PJ guy or something. It's just like the rest of nobodies. Or something like.
he calls my favorite though is he calls Kleba. He's called Kleba a plumber, and he's called him a vice principal.
Oh my god. Oh
Well,
my god.
Well, I mean, he's accurate. So.
Yeah, he's funny. He's funny if you look at him as a satirical comedy type thing. Don't
Yeah.
take him like
And he's serious.
he's serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick says, "Have you seen Larry Bird's Ultimate Mixtape? It's the best mixtape in YouTube, in my opinion. I've seen his stuff, man. I know he was pretty legit. Flight finally started calling Gaff and Lively by their names instead of nobodies. I'm dead. And Boston up 2-0 on the Pacers. Oh my God, Pacers could have been 1-1. Anyway, man, I appreciate y'all being here, man. Thank y'all so much. Obviously tomorrow we got a pregame show, 6:30 p.m. Central Time sharp. Hopefully this kind of held everybody over to the next game. But I think the Mavericks just need to continue doing what they're doing. I just think, I'll end it off here. I just think the Mavericks have all the answers for all the type of things the Wolves can throw. Tomorrow, I expect a lot of blitzing and get the ball out of Luka's hands and them hedging and recovering as fast as possible. I think we're going to get even better looks for the others tomorrow, like PJ, DJJ are going to get wide open looks. So I think that's going to be a key part of it tomorrow. But then at the same time, even if they attempt the double, just pass it, get it right back, and just keep putting them in pick and roll actions. And I think they'll eventually leave the paint wide open. I think you're getting a lot of paint looks as well. I think tomorrow, if the Mavericks just come out focused and do what they need to do, I think they'll be able to probably win this quite convincingly. I'm not going to lie. I think Cat is going to fold. I don't know if Anthony Edwards is going to gain stamina all of a sudden. I don't know. Oh, we're going to see. We're going to see.
Can we hit 10 threes? Is that possible to just hit 10 threes?
Yes.
Yeah,
we'll
go 10 for 10. We'll go 10 for 10.
Okay,
no. Okay.
No, that's not gonna. Luka went 3 for 10, so if he took 10 shots just by himself.
All right, man.
Anyway, man, I got to start this game and finish watching. Let's go.
Oh yeah, we do.
All right,
man. Y'all be good. It's been your boy TGK here with everybody. Y'all have a good night. Adios.